Joe Hopkins here today. This video here, I'm starting to put together this DIY ukulele kit. Now I'll have a link in the description below if you want to buy this kit. You notice today Ruby is absent. She's a little underdeveloped, I guess, for this type of work because we're going to be gluing stuff together. First things first, I'm filming this video in parts because first things first, I got to put together the glue together the fretboard onto the neck, and that takes about 24 hours for the glue to set. You know how it is with wood glue. So this comes with a neck which we painted pink, obviously. If you watch the previous videos, we painted it pink with flowers, and you know, my daughter Ruby had a lot of fun helping with the painting. And I can't see how well that comes out on the video there. There we go. Red and yellow flowers. If it comes out okay, you know, with the light, I can't tell how well it comes out. I'm assuming it comes out okay, but the kit comes with some wood glue, right? So let's see here. Tell you what, I'll be back in just 1 second. I need a damp cloth to clean up any excess, and I should probably get some gloves. So pause right there. I'll be back. So here we go. Couple paper towels. I've got some water. There we go. Set that there. By the way, I also have a pair of clamps to clamp the fretboard onto the neck. And it is always, I've learned, a good idea to grab some latex gloves, unless you want to get glue all over your fingers. Which, if you're cool with that, you're cool with that. I used to not care. Now I don't really want glue all over my fingers. So let's see. Let's make sure that's open. Yeah. Alright, there's the wood glue. Let me take my glasses off so I can see up close. And we'll start with alright, it looked like it was open. No, it's not. Okay. Let's see, there should be somewhere to poke that open with, but there isn't. We'll just use this. No, we won't use that. Alright, oh, here we go. I got a screwdriver. Wow. They don't make that easy, do they? Oh, well. That whole cap comes out. That's a little bit easier. There we go. So the cap comes out. Let's see if this glue's any good. Alright. So we have the neck. We should be taking this, the fretboard. It's just a cheap plastic fretboard, but I mean, you know, it's a rather inexpensive DIY kit. I don't really expect a lot from it. Let's squeeze the glue onto there. Wow, it's going to use it all up. Jeez, you Pete's. Okay, there's not going to be any left for anything else. I bought some other wood glue. I got the Gorilla wood glue, so if I run out of this tiny little tube they give us, I can always use that. So, but for right now, we're just doing the fretboard. So I would say my recommendation to any of you buying this kit is get some wood glue, because you are going to run out. Because this sucker does not have much glue in it. Alright, so let's see how that does. Hold on. I made a mark there for where the nut goes, so I'm going to hold that in place and put the fretboard and see how that sticks. Try to line it up. It's not exact. The fretboard's a bit smaller than the neck. Okay. Let me grab that paper towel. There's a little bit of excess coming out the bottom there. Oh, for God's sake. All right. Let's line it up. We'll get that lined up and clamp it in place. There's that side. And that side. That looks about right. There we go. That's pretty easy and straightforward. Now, let me see, where did I put the other wood glue that I got? I put it somewhere because I didn't think I'd need it, but it turns out I do need it. There it is. Haha. Gorilla Glue. Because, you know, Gorilla Glue's good stuff. So, let's open up some Gorilla Glue. Now we have the nut here. Yeah, that's going to need its own clamp, so we'll do that whenever I do the next video, because I'm going to have to clamp that on. I only have 2 clamps. And also the I'll be putting the neck onto the body, and I'll have to clamp that on there. So that'll be coming next, because that'll go on here like that with glue, and I'll have to clamp it. So, but while that's doing its thing, I can do, of course, a few other things. I have the bridge, this little plastic bridge there. We can look at putting that on there. Now, it does come with a screwdriver. So, let's see what else we got in here. We got tuners. The tuners can all go in place. I've got the little plastic bridge that goes in this piece. When you put it on, you kind of stick that in the slot there. So that goes into this. So we have that. And let's see what else. We got little screws and whatnot. I can lose the gloves, I think. They're just getting in the way at this point. I'm not sure what that's for. I should probably... Oh, that goes into... Yeah, okay. They got little plugs to go in the screw holes there. I don't even know if I'm that worried about that. There's the dowel for putting the neck into place. Let's see. We've got the screws for the tuners. 2 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 2 screws. There we go. We're going to see about putting the bridge into place. Now, by the way, I pre-measured it. When you're putting the whole neck together, the whole neck assembly, and as you can see, I have it in place and clamped together. I don't want to slip it out of place there. Let me just Tighten that down a little bit. There we go. When you're putting that into place, you want to set it up ahead of time. Like line it up with the body and measure it out so you know where exactly you want the fretboard on the neck. It has 12 frets, and you want the 12th fret to be roughly halfway between the edge of the nut, where the strings go over it, and where they come over this part of the bridge here. You want it about the 12th fret to be roughly halfway in between if you want your intonation to be right. So I used a tape measure and measured it out and marked it ahead of time. So we can go ahead and mount the bridge into place. They have some pre-drilled holes, just little starter holes there. There we go. My kid painted over one of them, but we'll get that one started. And then see if we can't find the other hole. There it is. Alright. Now, as far as intonation goes and everything being exactly right with this, if you spot anything I'm doing wrong, I'm not really, the instructions are a little clear on how you should measure everything out. I'm not doing everything to the T just because this is for my 6-year-old. And honestly, she's not going to probably take care of it that much anyway. It's not an instrument for the sake of being an instrument. It's just to have a project to do with her. And painting it was fun. She enjoys it. And that's all I really care about. I measured everything so it's close. I could do better, but I'm not that worried about it. It's for a 6-year-old. And I know there are people out there that say it should be done right, but I mean, really, it's a $30 ukulele kit. It's the fun of doing it. And honestly, I'd have her in here helping me put it together, but being 6, she was, if you watch the previous videos, barely able to paint it without totally flipping out. So, I mean, she was all over the place. And it was fun. It's fun doing that kind of stuff. So, I think we're going to wait to do the tuners until this dries. And I'm going to put all this stuff back in the bag. Like I said, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have enough screws. Just checking, making sure we have enough of everything. 8 little screws, 2 screws for the bridge. That's about all I can do today. But I'm going to hit record again tomorrow. I think I'm going to let this dry and hit record again tomorrow, and we'll go over the rest of this. Let me put all this back in that box. So far, honestly, this doesn't look all that difficult. It's glue on the fretboard, glue on or screw on the bridge, then tomorrow I'll glue on the nut and glue the neck to the body. And when that dries, give it another day to dry, then we'll be pretty much okay to put on the strings, the tuners and the strings, and that should be it. That's a pretty easy job. Like I said, with a 6-year-old, it was fun painting it with her. I think she's about a year or 2 away from actually helping put it together. But some kids mature more quickly, some kids are better with that kind of stuff, some kids are not as good with that kind of stuff. You can judge how far along your kid is if they can help with the whole process or not. But this really does seem like a pretty good project to do with your kids, especially if you're doing like we are in homeschooling. We weren't sure if we were going to homeschool or not, but then COVID happened, and it's just, you know, we're homeschooling. Everybody's homeschooling, for better or worse, more or less. So yeah, that's the first step, and you know, I'll see you in about a day.